time once again, baby. Another episode of This Old Outboard coming right at you.
Something I need. It's mine, baby. Not a bad deal. I'll have it all cleaned up. I like it. All right, baby. I just rinsed it off, greased it up, man. These back wheels are like rolling like crazy now. And I'm thinking, man, all I gotta do is put a freaking board on here. Man, just bolt it right on here. And man, you put a motor right on this puppy. Oh man, this is sweet. Dude, I don't know what that crap was. Wow, man, it looked good, all cleaned up. Here's another little trick you can do. I just did it a little bit right here. See how it's white here, you know, faded, and then in the middle it gets back to color. Let's take a torch. I used to do this on my lawnmowers. You just take a torch and you don't want to kill it because you can screw it up. But you just start melting the plastic back. And it works. It doesn't work on all plastics. But like a lawnmower, when the black plastics would get all crappy looking, that's all you had to do is give them a little torch. They'll come right back. But like I said, you gotta be careful. You can do too much. Really screw it up. See how shiny that is now? I couldn't help myself. You just wanted to get that wet look. It'll take out, you know, a lot of scratches and stuff. Like I said, you know, you can go crazy and ruin it. So, gotta be careful. And then too, you know, some spots that are discolored or stained or, you know, it doesn't work that great. But you gotta admit, it works. This is probably quicker and cheaper than paint. See, that thing's pretty beat up. That corner. Yeah, baby, my new boat motor stand. So, wow, you can't tell me that don't look better. This stainage, like I said, it's not coming out. Maybe, you know, you get stupid and sand it or something. I'm not messing with all that crap. But you look good. You wouldn't know it's the same cart. I'm telling you, too, it's fast. I'm digging it. Alright, so I got possibly plan B for this thing. Not going to reveal anything yet, so hang tight there. Meanwhile, the guy down here tore his shed apart and gave it to me. It's the exact same shed. And what I'm going to do is extend mine out with the parts that he gave me. I'm just going to do like 2 more panels, give me another 60 inches. It's going to be nice, man, having that extra storage space. Well, this is unbelievable. I just broke down at the dumpster, went to take my garbage down, and the van just like it ran out of gas. Same thing all over, no start. Came home, got 5 more gallons of gas, poured it in there. Wasn't sure about that gas gauge. Seemed a little weird when I put the new pump in. So when I looked in that tank, it said 1/4 of a tank, but it must have been an illusion. It just didn't look like a 1/4 tank to me. So I'm down to like 1/8 of a tank according to the gauge. And it did the exact same thing. I guarantee it's not getting any sparks. So I ran down and got Ron, and he brought his truck down, towed me back. And I said, stick your head in there, see if you hear that pump running. He said he could hear it. Now everything is screwed up again. Oh man, just blow my brains out and get it over with. So anyway, when I said in that last video, I said glad I didn't have to do the crank shaft position sensor. Those are $99. It's getting power to the sensor, and I cleaned off the plug and everything. The wires go up. I never traced the wires. Like I said, we'll put everything in. Something goes wrong, we'll diagnose it then. I looked it up today. I said, crankshaft position sensor, symptoms. And everything this thing is doing is exactly what's going on. All right, this is it. The moment of the truth. Put this puppy in right now, crankshaft position sensor. And it better work or I'm gonna shoot myself in the head. But here's the deal. People say, oh, I bought the new one, it was no good, I had to bring it back. Now watch this. Here's the new one. Look. It's magnetized, but it's hardly picking these nails up. Now watch the old one. Boom. Now, is that the problem with this thing? Look at this. Look at this. So I got to think this over, figure it out. Also the plug. I got a real good look, climbed up under there, sun's pretty bright. The plug is a mess. I don't even know if the damn terminals in the plug are even hitting the damn terminals on the sensor. Alrighty. Rather than go through a bunch more video and stuff, let me just tell you what happened. So I took the aftermarket crank position sensor back. It had no magnetism. I think they just sit on the shelf and go bad. You see the reviews on these things on the auto parts website, and people, you got some people, oh, it worked great, and some people, oh, it didn't work at all, I had to take it back. So I would test those. Make sure the magnets are good. So I swapped it out for the AC Delco, and it seemed fine magnetic wise. Came back, put that all in, and I got a real good look at that plug, and it was a mess. I found one in the van, took it off the evap system that doesn't, nothing gets hooked up to that crap anymore. Fired right up. So while I'm in there, checking everything out, I checked the other plugs and grabbed the one on the camshaft position sensor, grabbed that plug, jiggled it around, everything seemed fine. Then grabbed the coil plug, jiggled it around, and man, things started, like it was gonna die. I go, is it the plug or is it a wire? And you couldn't do all that unless it was running, So I jiggled that thing around and I killed it, pulled it out, and it looked fine. Cleaned it all out, put it back in, it was still, you could move it around, jiggle it around, kill the motor. I just took the vice grips, and each side, it's just a 2-wire, each side, man, just squeezed it down a little bit. Plugged it back in, it was nice and tight again, and it seems fine till I can get a new one. And for that plug, they want like $46. So like, Jesus Christ. Next time I get a chance, I'll run out to U-Pull and Pay and cut off every freaking plug I can find. Anyway, back up and running. The thing runs better than it ever has. And two, like I said, man, I started out with diagnosing things. I didn't have any tools. All my meters, had 3 voltmeters, all in a bag. Left them at this guy's house. Had to take the scooter, buzz down there, all the way south Orlando, buzz all the way back. And even picked up a new test light. Couldn't find my old one. I think I ended up throwing that thing away. So it was hard to do anything, no tools. I borrowed a test light from the guy across the street. And, you know, that was the first thing I did, was start testing everything for power. And I'm like, screw this, man. Just put the frickin' parts in. You know, super tune up. You don't know when these things are gonna die. I don't know how old all that crap is. You know, I don't know. So just replace all that crap. Get it over with. Any one of those things goes bad, boom, you shut down in the middle of nowhere or in the middle of bumper-to-bumper traffic, which I'd rather be nowhere, I think. So it worked out. Now I'll get back to work on that damn Johnson 25 horse. Alright, so last time I said you don't know what you're getting and blah 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 diddly diddly doo doo. What I also did was I reached down in the bowl here so you can see I can turn it and it stops to tighten it, but when I try to turn it out, it's been broken. So I just wanted to take it out and see what size it was, see if it matched up. So once again, I can only assume what's in there. And that happened to me before too, back in the old days when I first started doing this crap. And I'm trying to get one out and just stripped it. So I quit even trying. If they don't just go beep and snap loose, don't force it. So plan B, this guy lives locally, watches the videos, and he said, hey man, I've got a 30 horse bent crankshaft, but the good thing is it's a short shaft tiller. He goes, if you come over and help me with my other motor, he wants to pull the power head off and put a new gasket in, because when he puts the hood on, he's got exhaust leak and it's killing the motor. He said, you know, if you come over and help me out, you can have that parts motor. So he's not going to do anything with it. And I'm like, cool, man. And it's a 90s model. Plan A was to take that 83 I got and use that. But now I got the 90s model, Plan B. Should be, man, should be fantastic. So I think I got everything hooked up. So I've got no control, no cables hooked up. There won't be any fast start. We'll just have to kind of wing it, dang it. So I just hooked up my fuel line, primer bulb line, straight to the pump. Let's prime it up, pump it up, see if there's any leaks. It's tight. I don't see anything leaking. All right, let's see what we got here. Now I don't have a key start, so I'm going to open up the primer, and that's what you do in an emergency. If you lose battery or something, you can't get it started, you open this baby up. So let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. Let's put her up on about right there. Should be good. Just past the 2 marks on the cam. Let's see what happens. And she's pumping water. Let it warm up a little bit. Just that carburetor. Man, it started right up. Sounds good. Uh-oh. What happened? Check my primer. Empty. Probably because of the way I got all this set up. Unless that pump ain't no good. It just ran out what was in the barrel. I mean in the bowl. Alright, let's try it again. I might not need to prime it. Alright, here we go. Up and see if it sucks all the gas out again. I'm sure I got another pump in there somewhere. At the connection because it's old and cracked. Warming up pretty good. Great. Get a meter out, check that battery, see if I'm getting a charge. Primer bulb still feels good. Is it my imagination or is that thing burned up? Wow. The rectifier? It's burnt, don't it? Or is that just greasy, crappy, nasty stuff? I got one laying around, I'm sure. Alright, let me check this primer bulb. Feels fine. Where's my push button? Whew. Let me open that carb up a little bit. Too leany weeny. So I'm at 1.5. Take it up to 2. Wow, it sounded like it surged a little bit. Yeah, it's empty again. So it may be because of this situation where I have this hose straight from the tank going straight up and or pump. Didn't take much to fill it up that time, couple of squeezes. Stop screw that I said was the wrong screw. It's too short. I can find a longer one and put it in there and I can keep my idle up better. It's right on the marks though. I brought it back about a quarter turn. Sounds like it's... No, primer bulb is good. This thing's probably dried out. It's been sitting for a long time. So yeah, rectifier looks pretty burned up. Or it's just dirt. Oh, it's nasty. It's all gooey. Not bad for an even trade on that little 6-horse. So this weekend I'm supposed to go help the guy with his 30-horse, pick up the short shaft, order up a gasket, do a power head swap, clean this puppy all up. Find another rectifier, then I gotta rewire it, put a push button start on it, get rid of the big red plug, figure out which gear case is gonna be the best, and we good to go, baby, and I'm gonna put that 30-horse carb on it. It's a newer style carb with the plastic top. I know people don't like that. Freaking plastic cracks, it's stupid expensive. Unless you find one on eBay. Oh, let's shift her around a little bit, see what happens. Shifts nice and smooth. Water looks nice and clean. Wow, it looks real clean. Those old burned up NGK plugs, NKG, whatever the hell they call them. Sounds good, baby. I don't have a kill switch. Primer bulb still feels good. Like I said, this thing's probably a little dried out. My voltage went up on the meter. It was 12.58. Now it's at 12.61. Is that because I poked it? She runs, baby. So like I said, fuel line, plugs, gasket, get that short shaft this weekend, get ready to do a swap-a-rooney, and clean. Clean, clean, clean. So stay tuned for the next episode.
Follow the real life saga, one outboard at a time, baby. It's this old outboard, baby. You know the channel. Oh yeah, baby.